So I'm going to talk about how to put a fin and a paddleboard. There's lots of different types of fins out there, but basically you want to take your fin out on occasionally, because if you don't do that, the fin's going to get stuck in the board. And I've seen fins stuck in the board, so you want to make sure that you do take your fin out on occasion. And when you do so, take a hose and run it through the slot here and through all your hardware to make sure that everything's staying clean and of grime and sand and salt and whatnot. So I'm going to show you the basics of putting a fin in, and also the parts of the fin. This is the fin base here. Note that a lot of fin bases are different thicknesses. This one's rubber. This fin is rubber, and basically sometimes the rubber will stick on the fin box on more tighter boxes where it's harder to get in. This is a plastic fin, and I have fiberglass fins as well. So basically, not all fin boxes are the same width. Some are very tight. In that case, these rubber fins are hard to get in. On the other hand, I have some fin boxes, usually on inflatables, that are really wide, and almost anything I put in there is going to be loose unless I have a really secure fitting to lock that fin in. So we're going to start with just as a basic fiberglass board here, and this is a surf style fin, and basically this is one of the most common ways that attach a fin is with this flat plate here and the screw. And so basically I'm going to unscrew that right there. You can see the plate here. You want extras of these around. I have a whole box here full of extra fins and fin plates and screws. They're easy to lose. If I drop this into the bushes here, it's going to be hard to find it. So think about having extras. Also think about having a headlight if you do this at night or at low light. It's hard to get all the pieces together if you can't see what you're doing. So I'm basically going to take this elongated version of this plate and put it in this hole here. There's a track inside here I'm going to line it up with. So that's going to go in there and wants to go in flat. Good to have a screwdriver on you. On this fin, which is going to go in lined up like that. You can see the screws in the front. Sometimes they're in the back. So just something to keep in mind. I'm going to slide that towards the front. And then I'm going to take the nub or this little pin here and stick it through here. I'm going to slide that back on that track. I'm going to slide it to the back of the board, which is going to give you the most amount of tracking and stability. And take that out. I'm going to line these two up. This is where you want to be able to see it well. So again, a headlamp if it's dark. I'm going to do a hand tight this for now. Some of these come with Allen wrench or hex heads. I'm not a fan of those because I never have those tools on me. So I always try to have a Phillips head on here and a tool that works for that. So I'll put this in just hand tight. It's good enough there. Almost good enough. About there. I don't want to wrench it down. The plastic looks loose, but it's not going anywhere. And what I always do when I put a fin in is I'm going to do a shake test and make sure it's not going to come out. Fins generally don't float and they're expensive. This is a $70 fin on retail. You don't want to lose the fin. So a lot of race fins are 150, 200 bucks a pop. You definitely don't want to lose those. So that's in there pretty good. And then to show you how to take it out, it seems simple, but you can lose the screws very quickly. And then you're in a pickle unless you got backups like I got over here. So I'm going to take that out. And also note the flow of the water of the fin. This is the back to the board of the tail. Water is going to flow over. We see a lot of people with backwards fins in their boards. So when I get this out, I'll show you that. Again, the flow of the water going this way, not the other way around. It might work the other way around, but it's not going to look good on the water. So this is where it's tricky, where you want to get the hardware out. Pop that out. Sometimes it gets stuck in there, and when it gets stuck in there, you got to flip the board over and or fish it out with your screwdriver, which isn't much fun. Putting that back on so I don't lose it, and that's how that goes. This fin has a QFR quick release fin attachment here. Great product you can get for to put a fin in very quickly. But I do find it doesn't stay very secure on some of the looser boards like the inflatables. So I will use the flat plate and screw for more secure fittings and or when I definitely don't want to lose that fin. So again, the nub here is going to go in, push it to the back. This is on a spring. I'm going to push it down and twist it, and it's mostly in the board. Test it, but it might slide like that. So like this, and there it goes. It just kind of came out there. So on a tighter fin box, I will use this one. And when this one's older, so when they're newer, they won't. They're more likely to stay in there. The spring on this one's kind of loose, so a little loose there. So won't be using that one today. And then the next type of fin, other type of quick release, is that's built into the fin. A quick release like this. These are ball bearings, and there's a few other versions of this on the market. And in this case, you can see the screws in the back of the fin where these are out there on the front. So that nub again will go in here, like that, move it to the back, and what you do now is just push this down, and that pops in. It's pretty secure. It's a little loose sounding. It's going to slide around. It could come out potentially. So then what these fins are smart is I can also attach it with the fin screw here if I wanted to on the back. And to get these out, actually this way, pop that out. So that's the basics of using a fin, putting a fin in. Two different types of quick release systems. One kind of standard here. And if you do have fins in the back that are called a thruster system, with 3 or 4 or 5 different types of the mini fins, which are also called side bites, those are attached via a hex screw head or an Allen wrench, basically. So it's good to have those on you. So unfortunately, if you have that and a center fin that has this attachment, you got to have both tools on you. So the tool on that one will be something like this one. All my gear is kind of rusty, but an Allen wrench, hex head, and Phillips in order to get the 2 different types of fins on the same board. Now the good, taking advantage of this box, I also have an extra leash string here. Just a good way to store a bunch of different things in there. All right, thanks for watching.